KW-13 lemon pound cake. Well, I was wrong about the snow. Last week I said that the meteorologists had predicted more of the chilly white stuff, but that I thought they might be mistaken. And as soon as I hit send, it started snowing and didn't stop all day. It honestly didn't feel that cold, but then again, we have been keeping up with the early spring tradition of blisteringly chilly mornings, so maybe it just warmed up just enough to snow. It was just the one day of it, though. The rest of the week returned to hard frosts and bright, warm skies. And I missed the Equinox, which wasn't very connected, hippy earth pirate of me. Somehow it just managed to whistle on by without comment. I shall try to notice the clocks going forward at the end of the week. In practical garden news, I got the roof rafters up on the top of the tomato house. Now there's a job that has the potential to be easier with another pair of hands. But we got them up and in place, and I'm pretty sure that this week I'll be able to find a sliver of time to nail the roof panels in place. I'm still not too sure about the ends of it, though. That is, I have a semi-decent idea of what I think I should do for a door and a final short wall, but I haven't yet convinced myself that they both represent the best of all possible worlds. I'm sure there will be tomatoes in it this year, though, and probably some chilies. The polytunnel is going to be a hot and humid house this year, full of cucumbers, gherkins, melons, physalis, and a thing called pepino dulce, which is also known as a sweet cucumber. It is a solanaceae, or member of the nightshade family, which is where you also find the tomatoes, potatoes, and aubergines. And if you saw a plant of it and the fruit, you could very probably be forgiven for thinking it was a particularly colourful-looking aubergine. I think it should probably be called a sweet aubergine instead. It's the first time growing it for me, so let's see. In book news, I was trying to find a new way into absurdism. When Camus wrote The Myth of Sisyphus, he gave us the t-shirt slogan that encapsulates the whole programme. We must imagine Sisyphus happy. This simple thought is enough to figure out the rest of the philosophical journey by ourselves. If we can imagine Sisyphus happy, truly believe that he is, then we can see the ridiculousness of our own lives. It's possible to be aware of the rock that we are carrying up the hill. We can feel the weight of it and the discomfort, and find joy in it. Not in a perverse or masochistic way, but with an understanding that this is what life is, and it is considerably better than the alternative. In fact, an easy life would be awful. Anyone who has a life without suffering, hardship, or difficulty is clearly subcontracting all that mess to somebody else. Passing the pain and labour of your own life to someone else so that you can profit from it, it can only be satisfying to a psychopath. And a good control test for all sorts of decision-making is, what would a psychopath do? And then do the other thing. The problem, if that's the right word, with Sisyphus is that the metaphor is so complete it's hard to find another one. And anyone who's been a teacher knows that if your students are not quite following what you're saying, then you need to find a new way to say it. Long story short, I was struggling to find a new way to talk about absurdism for the book. And then this legend turned up. This is Afro Man. This glorious Dardist apparition has been in some legal bother for the last 3 years. I'm incredibly happy to report that he won on all counts. Very briefly, the cops raided his home, busted up his front gate, possibly stole some money, cut his security cameras, and got caught lusting after a lemon pound cake, and then left again. Having found nothing, not even a joint. This is not racial profiling. Afro Man's worldwide sensation hit from the year 2000, Because I Got High, might be the funniest and catchiest of all slacker/stoner anthems. He asked them to pay for the gate, and they said no, so he rapped about it. Or in his own words, I ask myself as a powerless black man in America, what can I do? The only thing I can come up with was make a funny rap song about them and make some money. Use the money to pay for the damages and move on. And with that, we have a new t-shirt description of modern-day absurdism. Make a funny rap song and move on, which he tried to do. The cops he poked fun at took him to court for emotional distress, and he destroyed their case with humour, confidence, and intellect, whilst wearing that stars and stripes suit. Camus approves. Love and hugs, and take care of each other with understanding and humour, and we might just get through this. Much priority love, your Pirate Ben. XO, XO. There is a postscript. Serious note. Of course, we should all rail against injustices and oppression. The powerful should be overtoned and the voiceless be amplified. I'm not suggesting that the appropriate response to injustice is to accept it and carry on. I hope that's obvious. Wearing that suit, writing those songs, and clearly pointing at the obvious absurdity of the whole situation is also a super valid response. And a pretty dang powerful one at that. Tatty bye.